Yo, guys, what is up? What is up? Dar is back on Game Chat, and today we got a couple new things going on. First, a couple announcements. First of all, if you didn't watch my Romulan series or video on the Romulans for Star Trek, I have been down and out quite a bit here lately, and that's why I just haven't been able to get up and do any videos and stuff. It is starting to, go away, and I'm able to start to be able to function again and all of the good shit. So we can get back into the roll of things here. Now you will notice I do have a video of me, hello, with some gameplay in the background. I should be in the lower left-hand corner of your screen. I got a very shitty camera, and just at this time can't get a good one. So later, maybe when the channel grows a little bit, or start getting a little more funds coming in here, might be able to upgrade to a nice to a nice HD and just do the whole camera. Also, eventually like to be able to live stream the game chat over at Twitch while we record it. So that would be nice. Another announcement: we have gotten our first offer for a partnership over here at WowDarGaming, and that is 100% because of you guys. We generally appreciate y'all watching the videos, enjoying the videos, and hopefully learn a little something and improve y'all's gameplay, and overall just have fun. So we did get our first partnership offer from a network. I'm not going to go into the name or who the network was or anything like that, but suffice it to say, I've talked to a lot of the YouTubers, and a lot of people have had a lot of problems with this network, so we are not partnering with them. We're going to stay primarily, everything's going to continue to be doing this for free, until the view count gets up a little more, and we can get partnered through a couple other networks we've been thinking about doing. So, if you enjoy the videos, you like the videos, we'd greatly appreciate, hit that thumbs up, like, share it with your friends, so forth, so on. That, really, really, really helps us out over here. So, topic for the day. It's kind of been an old debate that's been around for a while, but I kind of wanted to talk about it. And it is basically free-to-play versus pay-to-play. What's the difference? What's better? So forth, so on. And this has been debate's been around for quite some time. And like for instance, World of Warcraft's been pay to play, $15 a month, unlimited play. And I know for a fact there are a ton of people out there who would like to try World of Warcraft or play World of Warcraft, and you can try it for free up to, I believe, level 20 now. There's a lot of restrictions on it, because they don't want the gold farmers and the botters and everything in there. But you can try it for free up to level 20. And then, of course, if you like it, you start paying for it. And that works really well for World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft, their game model is works really, really well. And I really don't see, with their current model, they would have to change a lot to make a decent free-to-play out of World of Warcraft, if that was ever to be the case, which, if it does, if World of Warcraft ever went free-to-play, it's going to be, after their new MMO is up, and they're done making expansions for WoW and the whole 9 yards. That's, to my mind, that's the only time they would ever really consider doing that with World of Warcraft. And the free-to-play market is a very old concept, and has been around for a long time, especially over in Asia. And Korea's been huge, and China's been huge, and into the free-to-play games. Perfect World's been out forever and a day, over there, and companies like them. There are hundreds of games over there that are just free-to-play, MMOs, mostly MMOs, I do believe. And then, of different types. And then, or RPGs. They're all MMOs, but mostly RPGs. And then I believe there's probably a few first-person shooters and stuff like that. But that works really, really well in their market. Over here in, North America and the U.S., it's, things work a little bit different. We're a different audience. we look for different things out of games than people do, say over in Korea and so forth. Over in those areas, they like very, very grindy games. They like being told, go out, kill 15 boar, come back and I'll give you a sword. They like those quests and they want a lot of them. I know here in North America, and I'm not, and I imagine a lot of the North America audience is going to have a lot in common with the European audience. And the fact that we don't like grinds. That's one thing in World of Warcraft that's really hurting it now. I've recently heard that World of Warcraft is losing a vast number of subscribers right now because of their daily quest. And daily quests are nothing but a grind. I mean, they are the pure definition of a grind. And that's not good. That's not good. But free-to-play has been done very well and very poorly in North America, and I'm going to say EU as well. And it's even saved a lot of companies. Look at Lord of the Rings Dungeons and Dragons Online. That game was on the verge of closing up shop. They could not pay the bills, with what they were making on it. They went free to play, and they're making more money than they ever thought they would ever possibly make. I mean, they've at least quadrupled or more their income from when people were paying to play the game. So free to play can work. Me personally, I didn't care for DDO. It just wasn't my game, and I love Dungeons and Dragons. I used to play the old computer. I didn't get into the book. I didn't get into the paper pen and paper game, but I used to play all the old computer games and stuff on that. But we look at games like Lord of the Rings Online. I don't have a whole lot of knowledge on them, but they seem to be doing pretty well with their free-to-play model. Star Trek Online is probably one of my perfect examples for a free-to-play done great. I mean, there are very few restrictions. They have a lot of stuff in the C-store that are pretty, for the most part, cosmetic. There's nothing that's, pay to play or pay to win in there, so it works out great, and the game is just blowing up because of it, just like DDO did. Star Trek didn't have enough in the game to hold people's attention. In the end game, you get through all the leveling and do all the quests or episodes, and there just wasn't enough in game to really hold people, and people were leaving because of it. It's just boring. I got I get through the whole game, get to max level. I got 3 STFs I could do, which are their version of 5-man raids. Which we can get into that another time. God, that's fucking retarded. But anyway, the only complaint I have about their model is they have no incentive, really, to go pay to play, to pay a monthly subscription. They have that option, which is awesome. There's a lot of free-to-play games do not even have the option of paying a monthly subscription, and then getting bonuses and extra shit. Star Trek does, but they don't. From what I've seen, there's really no benefit. I mean, once you hit certain increments, say you've been paying for 100 days, you've been paying for 200 days, and so forth and so on, you pick up perks, as you've been paying all that time. But otherwise, there's really not a whole lot. You level, you get a token for a respec. There's really not a whole lot of incentive to pay monthly. Now, their C-store, on the other hand, their cash shop, offers a huge selection of, shit that appeals to almost anybody playing the game. And that's where they're making their money. And they did a great job on that. They did a fantastic job on their C-store. I remember when the game first came out, I bought it. It had been out about a month or two before I started playing. And I picked it up and started playing it. And it was a great game, but it had the C-store. It had a cash shop. And that's one thing I do not agree with, is if you're going to be a pay-to-play game, which means I'm going to pay a monthly fee to play your game, there should not ever be a cash shop of any kind, period. Because, I'm paying a monthly fee, and this money is supposed to go for you to develop new shit. Well, the new shit you're developing, now you want me to pay more for that. See, that's no, I do not agree. That's why I don't buy shit from Blizzard. I pay their monthly fee. There's nothing in the cash shop I'm gonna pay for. Now I will admit I did buy shit from the C-store in Star Trek, but it was just cool shit. I had to have it, so I bought it. But that's that. So yeah, their model works really well. However, we look at Star Wars: The Old Republic. I mean, their free-to-play model is fucking horrible. I mean, they have got among one of the worst free-to-play models I have ever seen. And I'm not saying I've played a ton of these free-to-play games, because I really haven't. I've only played maybe 20, 30 of them, total on my entire thing. But yeah, oh my god, they got the worst one I have seen yet. You get 2 action bars max for a free to play. That's all you get, 2. Your leveling is slowed down, which I can kind of get that. I kind of understand that. You can only enter, I believe, like 2 battlegrounds per week. That's really retarded. Hell, I think on Warcraft, pay to play game, no free to play model. You could, I said you could play up to level 20 for free, but I believe you could do all the PvP you want at that level. Because PvP starts at level 10, so you can play, 10 to 19 bracket all you want. I mean, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. But yeah, they limit that. They limit the amount of loot you could pick up in a dungeon, or flashpoints, I believe they call it. I think you can only pick up like 2 in a week, 2 or 3 a week, or you can only roll 2 or 3 times on a week, something like that. For the loot, and yeah, that's retarded as hell. You'll never you never get the better mounts. The faster mounts, you're stuck with like the lowest form mount. If you're used to World of Warcraft, it's like being level 90, flying around on a level 110 or 150 flying mount, or running around on the ground with a 60% speed increase mount. You get at level 20. That's what the equivalent is. It's just fucking retarded. So they have a lot of restrictions that are just stupid. I mean, you got to pay money to take your helmet off. To how you display your helmet or don't display your helmet. If you don't want to display your helmet, it's going to cost you money. If you want to unify the colors of your armor, it's going to cost you money. If you want to do the space combat, which absolutely sucks in Star Wars. I'm sorry, I've only heard of maybe 2 or 3 people that actually really enjoyed it, which I don't know why you would, but anyway, you can only do, I think 2 or 3 of those a week, something like that. You can't do very many, and if that's what you like, you're not going to be doing it in that game without paying that monthly fee. Now, after you pay $5, you get bumped up to preferred status, and the only thing that changes, that I've seen, is you get 4 action bars instead of 2, which is a hell of a lot better. I mean, at level, I can't remember the level cap now. I think it's level 50, might be level 60. I don't remember now. But I have a trooper at max level, and that's all I use is 4. There's 2 more action bars you can get if you're paying monthly for it, but I keep them turned off because I don't even use the damn thing. So 4 is good. 4 works. In my opinion, 4 is great, but all the other restrictions, it's just too much. They're just nickel and diamond ever-loving shit out of everybody. The good things about it is you can play through all the storylines, all the voiced-over story, which, BioWare is second to none when it comes to that stuff. I mean, they spent how many millions of dollars, doing all this, bringing in all the voice actors to, go through all the scripts and everything on that. I mean, it was phenomenal. And the stories were, most of them were really good, at least in the beginning and middle. Yeah, toward the end they kind of start to suck a little bit, but what can you do? But yeah, the stories were really good. But again, Star Wars runs into, my opinion, the same thing that Star Trek ran into at Endgame. There's nothing to do. They're big badass dungeons. Warcraft, we have raids. We started with 40, which were awesome. Then they took that away from us. Fuck you, Blizzard. And then I know a lot of people love the 40 mans went away. I know. But then they gave us the 10 and 25 mans. Well, even at 10, that's 10 people you're going into this big raid with. It's still fun. Not near as much fun as 25 or 40. 40 was a fucking blast. Just the idea of there's one monster and it takes 40 fucking players to kill one monster. And if if somebody does something stupid and fucks up, that one monster can instantly kill 40 people just like that. And that was awesome to me. I love the idea of that. But anyway, so yeah, we got these raids and stuff going on, and that is the in-game progression, and that's what really gets people stuck and sticking with World of Warcraft. In Star Trek, we have 5 mans. That's it. That's all there is. There's 5 mans. There is one level 120 man fleet action, which is really pretty damn boring. It's just a bunch of people end up in a bunch of space, and there's ships on the other side, and you just kill them. There's nothing to it. And then there's 110 man, and I forget what you do in that one, but it's another space thing, and it's not very interesting. Their STFs are pretty good, and a lot of their scenarios are pretty good, but they're all 5 man. There's nothing that even remotely compares to raiding. And when you talk to hardcore Star Trek people, they're like, well, if these 5 mans are raiding, it's 5 man raids. No, it's a 5 man group, or it's a 5 man heroic. It's not a raid. You can't raid with 5 people. I don't care what anybody says. Now, I do enjoy Star Trek, and I like Star Trek, and I play it on occasion. We got that playthrough coming up, and we're looking at Romulans now. I just did first video on the Romulans that are coming out. So it's not a bad game by any means. It's just not got the big epic in-game thing. Star Wars did one worse. Star Wars made 4 man groups. There's no 5 man, they're 4 man. So even at max level where you should have rating and these big epic adventures or whatever, there's still 4 people. You and 3 other people. That's it. That's boring as hell. I don't care what anybody says. That's just stupid. But again, that's just my opinion. So, what else have they done with this free-to-play model? Well, again, look at Star Trek and Star Wars. Star Wars have just released a new expansion, which was awesome, by the way. It's really cool to see new expansions coming out for a game, especially a free-to-play game. I mean, World of Tanks does it all the frickin' time. What is it, once a month now almost? World of Tanks is putting out new maps, new tanks, new countries, new TDs, new everything. And we haven't even touched on them yet. But, so, Star Wars has done this big new expansion. They've added new levels. It's something about the Hutt Cartel, which doesn't really sound appealing to me personally, but I'm sure there's a lot of people like, ooh, the Hutt Cartel, yeah, it's gonna kick your ass. Something like that. So that's cool. I was a subscriber when it was announced. I was still subscribed to the game. And I got an email. It said, new Hutt Cartel's coming out. $10 and you can have it. Pre-order now for $10. If you're a free-to-play member, it's $20. That sounded stupid to me. I'm paying. I mean, at that time, I was a subscriber because I wanted. I hadn't played the game in a while, and it is a great game to go back and revisit. On occasion here and there. Star Wars is definitely a great game for going back and revisiting. And when I do that, I'm paying for it because I am not playing with those ridiculous ass limitations they have on it. But like I said, it's really cool. And I get that email, $10, and I'm like, this isn't right. You're a free to play game now. You're not World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft, I pay monthly. So expansion comes out. That's $40 to $60. Last ones were 60. Mop was 40 for some reason. I wasn't bitching about it, but that's the way it is. And when you go to do an expansion and there, it's huge, it's epic, it's awesome. World of Tanks does all the they're free to play, and you can pay monthly and get some perks, which are damn nice perks. But every time they come out with new content, here you go. Here's your new content. Here you go. Enjoy it. But I don't pay anything for the game. I've never put a dime into this game, Mr. World of Tanks, Mr. WarGaming. And then WarGaming says, I don't give a shit. Here you go. New content. New stuff. Play with it. Star Trek Online just released, or is about to release, their expansion pack, The Legacy of Romulus. So again, we can look at World of Tanks. They're doing the same thing. You go in there. Well, Cryptic. I've never spent a dime on this game. I'm just playing for free, and they're like, okay. You want to play Romulans? It don't cost you nothing. It's free. Because this is a free-to-play game. And we're making a ton more money now because it's free-to-play than we were, for pay-to-play. So here you go. Enjoy. But yeah, Star Wars still charges everybody. That's fucking retarded. People are free to play. I'd say most of the people that do free to play on, especially like a game like Star Wars, is they're free because either A, they just can't afford it, or B, the game just hasn't given them anything that they could look at and say that's worth spending X amount of dollars on. So when your free players are people like that, and then you're going to put out an expansion and say, $20 please. Here, gimme. Is it just me, or does that sound like a bad business model? I'm just saying. So, yeah, free to play can be great. It really can. Pay to play is also great. It just, if your game is worth paying for. And as everybody knows, WoW is worth paying for. Eve, now there's one. Eve is pay to play. And there apparently are a ton of people playing Eve. These people playing Eve online have a lot more patience and a lot more game smarts apparently than I do. Because I've tried that game 3 different times. I've gotten 2 of the 15-day trials, and I got one that was damn near a month. And yeah, I can't get that game. I just can't get in that game for shit. But that game has, it's got a lot of quirks and stuff in it that I personally do not like, or that I personally despise. I mean, there's no way, shape, and no way in hell I would ever try that game again. Even if they said, here, you could play for the next year for free, I would never log in. That's just me. But there are enough people out there that believe that game is worth paying monthly for, because that game has been out forever. If memory serves, that game was out long before, at least a year or two, I'm thinking, before World of Warcraft. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think it was out long before World of Warcraft. So, the game must be doing something right. I'm really surprised that it hasn't gone free to play yet, but I digress. But yeah, so I think free to play is here to stay. I think eventually, at the end of World of Warcraft's and Blizzard's, really giving a shit about its life, and when they bring out something else, World of Warcraft, would probably go free to play at that time, with no more expansions coming out and all that stuff. They would drastically have to change some things. Say we went to take that free to play. For instance, they're selling mounts and non-combat pets, which are now used with the battle system. which is like Pokemon. In World of Warcraft, you buy them for cash money on the gift shop. And that's pretty much about all they got on there. But I was thinking the other day, they got this transmogrification now, and transmogrification is fucking awesome. I'm even thinking about maybe doing a few videos here and there on transmog, just because it's fucking awesome. I love transmog. I mean, I hung on to the tier 0 and tier 1, tier 2 sets. I mean, I hung on to all this shit just because I thought it was cool for years. You know, I thought, okay, every once in a while I'll put it on and walk through Stormwind. You know, just the only purpose it served. But it was too cool looking. You know, I spent too much time farming this shit up. Tier 0, you can't even get in game anymore. Tier 3, I wish I'd gotten because that's now gone because that was in Nax and Vanilla, and of course they moved Nax over, so all Tier 3 is gone. But I wish I'd been able to get that set. But I was only in we were on, when I was doing it, we were only in Molten Core, and then we were doing we got past the first boss. I can't remember the second boss's name, but we got past the first 2 bosses in BWL. And that was as far as we'd went. And that was toward the end of the expansion when we started trying to do Blackwing Lair. We just had this huge obsession with Molten Core for some reason. We were killing Ragnaros. Yeah, we were getting him down. But for some reason we weren't going to the other dungeons. I don't know why. I don't remember if it was gear or what. But we just were not going to Blackwing Lair. We just kept farming up, you know, all the way up through Ragnaros, and that was it. But yeah, something like that. See, they could take, you know, a lot of gears like Corrupted Ashbringer. I'll take the Frostborn for God's sake. I mean, Lich King's gone. He's dead. He ain't coming back. I know. Shit, now I can't remember his name. I know old dude, you know, took the Ice Crown, or took the Lich King's crown, put it on, froze, and blah blah blah. But heck, take Frostborn, man. People would probably pay $25. $30 on the cash store just for a Frostmourne blank. You know, they can transmog their sword or their weapon to look like Frostmourne. You know, stuff like that would be huge on the store. Blizzard would make a killing just on transmog items. You know, cool epic gear, epic looking gear that has no real stats. You know, and just for the purpose of transmogrification. That could be huge for Blizzard. And you know, that's just one idea. I personally don't agree with gating off content. Like, you know, okay, give us $10 and you can play Burning Crusade. Give us another $10 and then you can play the next expansion, which they probably could do for, you know, people coming in on the free to play model. And that actually might work. $10 one time fee actually wouldn't be too bad for the next expansion, you know, as long, you know, because it's free to play. There's no monthly fee. You know, $5-10 one-time fee, and then you get all that content. Probably pretty good idea. Maybe in retrospect, do like the first 2 expansions. Do everything up to, you know, do like 2 expansions at a time for like $10, you know, for 2 or $5 a piece or something. Because, you know, when you blow through it, you're not going to be going back. And then once you get to that last expansion where the end game is, whatever that last expansion is, you know, go ahead and hit people for, you know, $20 or maybe $25, a one-time fee to, you know, get all that new content, all that new, because it's you know, probably going to take a while for people to level up to, God, whatever level we happen to have at that point in time. I mean, we're up to 90 now. The rate we're going, it's likely to be 175 by then. But, you know, that's definitely a way they could do it. I would definitely prefer to see transmog, but that is another option. So Warcraft would have options at that point, and it would be a ton of people that would probably jump into it and try to play it, you know, since it was free to play. But like I said, that's not going to happen anytime soon. That's not going to happen, say, within the next 5 or 6 years. It ain't going to happen. You know, it's going to be later on down the road. Yeah. But otherwise, guys, in conclusion, free-to-play is here to stay. Free-to-play is a good thing. And especially in, you know, these markets, you know, North America, Europe, it's a learning process because it's still new. It is still new. You know, I've pointed out 2 games that have done fantastic, great way. Star Trek Online, World of Tanks have done a great model for their free-to-plays. They're 2 different genres, granted, so their models are a little different. But they both have a lot in common and have done a great job. Star Wars will probably come around. Star Wars will start laxing on some of their restrictions as time goes on, as they see people leaving their game. You know, even their free to play. This game's free. I don't want to play it. You know, they couldn't get people to pay for it. Now we can't get people to pay for free. Well, that's because there's too many damn restrictions. So in time, they will probably lax up, and it might end up just blowing the fuck up. Because it is a good game. The graphics are awesome. The story is awesome. The concept of it is just killer. There is a lot of potential there for a great free-to-play game. They just have to realize it. So, with that, guys, I'm going to quit rambling about this. And make sure you leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think. You know, about the free-to-play coming, you know, how things have been going with it. Are there any games in particular that you are playing that are free-to-play, or you would like to see go free-to-play? Warcraft is excluded. You cannot say, I want World of Warcraft be free, because we've already gone through that. But otherwise, leave all that information down below. I will definitely be reading it, and maybe we can touch on them in a later episode. So until next time, guys, remember, comment, rate, and subscribe. That greatly helps us out. You know, you all watching and doing this is just helping us grow, and before long we will be partnered and be able to get better stuff out. Looking to hopefully bring in more people, you know, bring in some new personalities, you know, is a possibility. Bring in some other YouTubers, you know, as guest appearances here and there. Maybe if this thing takes off, we may even get us a guest host at one point. Who knows? So till next time, guys. Comment, rate, and subscribe, and I will see you in game.